What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another minifig showcase, and today we are continuing the Clone Army Customs Bad Batch series with Crosshair. This is the third member of the Bad Batch. Now, Clone Army Customs does sell an Imperial version of him in slightly different armor, but I wanted all of the Bad Batch guys together, so I went with this version instead. However, links to both will be down below. So, to me personally, Crosshair is probably my least favorite member of the Bad Batch, and that comes from the episodes in the Clone Wars where he just wasn't ever really that likable of a character. He just always came across as that grumpy old guy, which he kind of is. And if for some reason you weren't able to tell or you just didn't know, Crosshair is the sniper of the group, which is why he has certain things included, like this bandolier, which is always a nice touch to get from Clone Army Customs. You'll see later on in the comparisons that the other versions have this printed onto the figure, but I personally enjoy the cloth just a little bit more. There's nothing really wrong with this detail being printed, but I always felt like since it was something that was on top of the armor, it looks better when it's on top of the armor. However, I know some people don't always like the cloth, so thankfully it is easily removable as well. Still, I think it looks awesome, just like the rest of him. And again, one thing I want to point out here, which I didn't really do last week, is that every single member has completely unique armor. They obviously fit together into the Bad Batch, but they're not just copy and pasted clones, which is what makes them the Bad Batch. And one place that you can definitely see that is in the arms, where again they have 360-degree printing now, and they're all completely unique. Looking from the back again, you can see those elbow pads to show that it is 360-degree printed arms, but also a unique backpack for Crosshair himself, which is cool. And then there is the helmet, which has that, well, Crosshair marking over his right eye, the eye on our left. I think this visor is much more appropriate compared to Wrecker's last week, although this helmet is probably, again, my least favorite out of all of them because it just looks a little weird. I don't know what it is about this that just doesn't add up quite right. The printing on it is totally fine. I'm talking about the shape of the helmet. I just don't think it's quite okay, and I don't know if that's Clone Army Customs or if that's just Wrecker's helmet. And it does come with the rangefinder, by the way, but it also includes, of course, the printed head here. And yes, I recognize that his head is ever so slightly off. It gets fixed when I put the helmet back on, but of course it comes with the custom printing, and here he looks angry. It's a pretty simple head, but it works. And once again, here he is compared to the non-Lego on the left and Big Kid Bricks on the right. Again, I think this is a really good mix of details where it's not overdone and it's not underdone. And I think Clone Army Customs is the only one to really get this helmet right, mainly because the front of it isn't white. Now, it's not all one color either, but it's not as bright white as the other two are. And you can also see what I mean by the bandoliers being printed onto the other two. Now, despite this being my least favorite character in the Bad Batch, this is by no means a bad figure at all. Clone Army Customs did a fantastic job with all of his Bad Batch guys, so if you want to get your own, again, links are down below, and I would like to know who your least favorite character from the Bad Batch is. Is it Crosshair or is it someone else? Let me know while you're down there. And remember to hit like, subscribe, and consider checking me out on Instagram, Discord, and of course on Patreon, where you can join all these wonderful people on screen and get shoutouts like Jonathan and Project Elements. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with something a little different.